Hi, my name is Mike. This is a $600 boat that I'm determined to get running and on the water of Lake Michigan. Alright, sorry about the wind here. It's a little breezy today. So here's the boat. It's a 1983 SRV 245. I believe that's a Sundancer, if you're looking at the model names. Kind of let me back up here, hard to see. It's been sanded down, it needs paint. A lot of the stuff's been removed, the trim pieces and everything. Trailer's in a little rough shape, but you know, $600. I got this boat. $600. I obviously assume that the engine's not working, so I asked the guy about it. He didn't speak much English, but it seems that the engine's seized. I checked it out a little while ago, and it's not moving at all. So let's take a look inside the boat. Alright, I forgot about all the trim pieces and stuff being everywhere and all that, but here's the engine. We've got a Mercruiser 260, which is basically a Chevy small block from the early 80s with you know, different stuff like exhaust manifolds and everything. This engine will not turn over. I put a breaker bar on the crank nut or the bolt, and it does not go. So we're gonna have to yank this guy out of here. Luckily there's plenty of room. So pull the engine, you say? Yeah, no simple task really, other than it's wide open up there. This up here is 6 feet high, approximately, when it's sitting on the trailer. So we have to clear that. We have to clear the engine and clear that span. So we have to build a gantry crane, and I'm going to do that out of wood, as I'll show you here in a little bit. It is an unseasonably warm day here in West Michigan, so I really needed to get this gantry crane built today. I got all the lumber a few days ago, and actually probably about a week ago, and I haven't started, but I will put a link to the design that I am borrowing from another YouTuber in the description. He didn't give measurements or anything or what kind of boards he was using necessarily, so I'm kind of going my own way with it a little bit, but the basic design structure is his. And that was some woodworking channel. I'll give credit to him for sure. So what I needed might have been actually a little bigger than what he needs or had. What I needed was to clear from my measurements, I think 10 feet minimum. So I went erred on the side of caution, and I got 12-foot 4x4s here. Those will be the sides of the structure, and then I believe my top beams are 10-foot 2x8s or 2x10s, 2x8s, I believe. They're down there on the pile, and then the legs, the feet, I guess it's the feet, would be 8-foot 2x6s, and those will be bolted onto all the things will be bolted together here. There are some auxiliary parts, 2x4 size, that I'm pulling out of my lumber pile in my barn here. So those aren't pictured here yet, but let's get started putting this together. Now, I'm no structural engineer. I kind of know some things, but when you're building a structure that's 12 feet high and you're suspending equipment from it that weighs maybe 500 pounds, the most important thing, I think, other than making a solid, stable structure, is to have those side beams 100% perpendicular, and you need a square to make sure that when you're putting the legs on, that they're as much of a perpendicular angle as you can possibly do with wood. So it's absolutely critical to do that. Alright, so here's an example of the old measure twice adage. I clamped that first piece, flipped it over, and I had it all clamped up, and when I flipped it over, figured, oh, everything will be good, right? Nope. This board here, down here in the bottom, shifted, and it is no longer square with the upright posts. So I'm going to have to shimmy it around again, because when I lined up the top piece square, it wasn't lining up with the other side, so I knew something was wrong, so I had to measure again. So we'll fix that and keep going. Okay, measured again, we deviate no more than a 1/16 of an inch all the way to the end of the board, so that is well within my realm of comfort, I guess I should say. Alright, I think this is a new mini segment here. This is called Mike's Mistake. This is what you don't do. Alright, so I was going to put this bolt in. Well, I did. I pounded it all the way in with the mallet or whatever to hold the whole thing in place while I drilled the second hole. Well, I'm an idiot and I forgot to put a washer on it. So now I have to take it out, and that's not fun. I'm getting there, but this is a waste of time. Kind of worried that I'm under-engineering this, but I don't think so. This thing is incredibly heavy. Incredibly heavy. Just picked it up and moved it over here. Alright, here we go. We've got about approximately a 45-degree bevel. That saw is probably older than me, so I'm not really sure if it's exact, but it really doesn't need to be exact. We can just tilt it, we fit it down here, and find whatever this angle is by kicking that out a little bit, and we should be all set. So I think I'm going to cut. This looks like it fits pretty well. If I kick this out, let's try it. Now hold on here. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, we could just drop that down a little bit more. Just like that, and we have our support. So basically what happens is down here, we put a bolt through, drilled through all three of these boards, and then up here, we'll have with some scrap pieces of 2x6 that I have. I believe I'll use 2x6, maybe 2x8, I'm not sure what I have. We put plates on the sides here that hit this surface, and we bolt in here, we bolt in here, and then we bolt in the other one that doesn't exist yet. So that will provide a nice, sturdy support structure. Alright, we've got surly teenager help here today, this afternoon. Say hi, Ethan.
Hey.
Hey. See, surly teenager, I told you. Alright, so he's going to help me get this down on the ground, and we're gonna bolt together the supports and get those set up. Alright, even though we've got toddler help here, we gotta go inside. There's too many mosquitoes. Right? Right, Ethan? What? Alright, go get them.